What is going on, guys? We are doing a wizard video here, but I am on my necro because I'm going to attempt to multi-quest an item to myself that's going to help out with quad kiting for the wizard. So, where are we? We are in Lake Wraith tier as our first stop, and we are right here, number 8 on the map. That skeleton in front of me is what we are going to kill, because we are looking to multi-quest this quest here, the Staff of Temporal Flux, which gives you a clicky that reduces their SVs, but mainly it's like an instant cast, clickable, kind of a range pull, so you don't have to use any mana or do any shenanigans to pull. I've been real tight on mana, so I think this will help a bit. I'm trying to find ways. Now, my gear is really good. I just want to pull him out of here because there was like some difficulty looting inside of there. Skeletons, am I right? So there's 4 pieces. This is piece number 1. This is for a different quest. I'm not even sure. We'll just loot that just to see what that's for later. But they drop a bone rod, what we're looking for. There's a rod of bone here. This is number 1, and then we'll move on to the other ones. This last one here, the Darkwood Staff. This is the one we're going to get on the wizard. So we're going to attempt to turn in these 3 on the necro, and then we are going to give the wizard a lambent stone, and he's going to turn that in to get the Darkwood Staff, and he's going to turn in the Darkwood Staff after the necro turns these in and camps. So that's the plan. Alright, so we have our Rod of Bone. Here it is. There's 2 mobs in here. One of them dropped it, the other one dropped the ruby. And we will be off to our next location. Alright, so we moseyed on over. That was a long run. I thought it would be a little quicker, but we moseyed on over to Permafrost. We are right here in front of number 10 on the map. We came in at Everfrost Peaks, navigated our way all the way through. Now, based on what I've read, the wizard can kind of be any of these spawns-ish. Supposedly anywhere, this little gate, it's hard to see. Button, computer stuff. This little gate right here, I think anything around here, they said maybe it could spawn. Not 100% sure. I don't spend a lot of time here. But we're just going to kill everything. And, nice. I'm going to be able to target this guy. Need to leech some life back. So I'm going to go through and just kind of wipe everything out. Everything's green. Although it loves to see through invis, which was a bit annoying, as I got my invis broke many times. But, luckily, you know, Feign Death doesn't really get resisted. I see people selling this. I don't know. Probably not worth anything. But I do see people selling it. I'm just going to grab everything and worry about it later. Let's look at in here. I think a Goblin Scryer spawns in here. That's cool looking. Let's clear out this room, and then I'll pause it until I can find a wizard. Because this isn't really the main goal. This is actually a wizard video, but I'm on my necro, so I don't want to like record too much of the necro here in the beginning. Hopefully just about 10 minutes, and we'll get all this done. And then we're going to do some quadding on the wizard, in which we may not even use this staff like a ton, but we will use it to pull. But my quadding spots, the spots that I have tried out quadding and that I plan on quadding, sisters, are taken anyways. So there's a spot outside of Split Paw. That's good. Sisters are always good, just because of money, and you know me. But I want to get a look at this this goblin dude. Pretty cool. Pretty dang cool. Anyways, let's go look for a wizard. There's blood stains everywhere. But I opened this first door and there's a wizard right there in the back. So let's get him dead. We're just gonna kill him off the bat. I myself will aggro this entire freaking room. My pet won't aggro anything. So stay on this side. Well, I don't want to get hit by him. But... Now, I guess it's not going to be a guaranteed drop. What is it we're looking for again? Let's find out here. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back. Well, let me... Oh, my mouse is still in the game. Okay, my bad. See if I can edit that out. Maybe not. Don't know how much I particularly care. What is it that we wanted? We want the Heart of Frost. So that's what we're looking for. And we did not get it. So we are going to need more wizards. Okay, we got ourselves... Is that a wizard? Oh, we got 2 wizards in this room. Nice. I went around slaughtering a ton of goblins. There were no more wizards in that first spawn. I cleared out the entire area. The entire greater area. But we did get one here. Let's see. We got it. There's a Heart of Frost. So we do not need to clear that room. We are done. So next up, we got our Heart of Frost. We got our Rod of Bone. So the next up, we are going to go get our Heart of Fire. We already have the Lambent Stone. So we're going to go get our Heart of Fire, and then we are going to camp at the Temple of Solus Grow near this guy, or near the turn-in guy. Right here, Garden. And then we'll... Actually, when I go back to EC Tunnel, I need to mule the Lambent Stone. So I got to get the Lambent Stone to my mule in the tunnel. Then we'll go there. Then we'll mule that. We'll get both characters there, and then we'll try to do the multi-quest. All right, so we're here in Sol A. And this is what we're looking at. So we are... I believe we're like right about here where the... Oh, I'm just now realizing the cursor doesn't show up. We're between 14 and 15, but it's also south, probably to the right of 18. Yeah, directly to the right of 18 in that little triangle room, or somewhere around there. There's a mage in here that's just wiping the entire zone. Not sure what he's doing or what he's here for. Maybe he's like trying to get somewhere. Now, last time I was here with Sendrith on his ranger. When he was trying to get an item for his Ivy Etched. It's the same item. So we need to kill a wizard, is it? Let me go back. This guy, an Inferno Goblin Wizard, is what we need to kill. But we don't have track this time, naturally. So I don't really know where to find the guy. So we're just gonna look around for him. It's kind of the same situation. Everything's green. It's a bunch of goblins. They love to heal through walls. They love to pat around. They love to aggro, to do all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna look around. What is it? Oh, was it? I'm so forgetful. Like I just Inferno Goblin Wizard. So /tar and Inferno Goblin Wizard. And we'll see if we can ever get close enough to target one at the least. But they should be anywhere like around this area. We'll What is this? Yeah, whatever. And it's going to be a little complicated because that other guy is killing a bunch of crap. What is this? I mean, I guess we can go over there. I don't know where my pet would go. My pet might just walk right there. I mean, he doesn't aggro anything. I mean, I guess. Is he gonna do the? He's gonna do the walk. Cool. Anyways, I'm gonna keep looking for him, and I'll report back when I find him. Okay, I found one. I found one immediately. Like, I just came into this room, right? And then... And lo and behold, there's an Inferno Goblin Wizard, so we're gonna go for him. Ooh. That's a thick boy. I'm just gonna toss Drain Soul and get my life back up anyways. Alright, what else is in here? Well, let's hope he drops it. Oh ho! He dropped the Heart of Fire. So we're good to go now. So I'm gonna go to the Temple of Soul Scroll, which is just right outside. I wish I had my personal... Oh, they're dropping gems. I wish I had my personal evac, which we'll get at some point. But we're gonna go ahead and find our way out of here, and we'll see you there. Alright, so the server had gone down for a while. Actually, before I unpaused it last time. So I went and took a shower and all that, and did some things, laundry and whatnot. The login server went down for an hour, so I couldn't log in the mule to mule my Lambent Stone over, but it is here now. So we're gonna give the Lambent Stone to Romar Sunto, which is this guy, and he should give us the staff that we need, which we got here. So the Darkwood staff. So that is what we need. The last piece. So what we want to do, where am I? I think I went too far. So we want this guy right here. So I just gotta get upstairs. I'm not going optimal directions and stuff. I always get lost in here. Alright, so this guy. So nobody's around. So we're going to go ahead and camp out. We're going to get up on the Necro. We're going to turn in 3 parts on the Necro. Then we are going to camp to this guy, turn in the 4th part. Hope everything works and we didn't just waste our time. And hopefully we're going to get ourselves the staff. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so we logged into the Necro. So we want to turn in the Heart of Frost, the Heart of Fire, and the Rod of Bone. Those are 3 of them. Now, we shouldn't have to do any of the text or anything. Should be fine. So I guess we'll just go for it. Okay, I think he took it all. He says he does not believe in half measures, but he ate it. So, we're just going to hope that it works out on this server. Supposedly on P99 you can multi-quest it. You have to be pretty quick about it. So we're just going to log in, hand them that last piece, and I hope it all goes well. Alright, so last piece being this. And it worked! Nice. We successfully multi-quested for ourselves. Hooray. And now we have a clicky in which I'll need to make, Jesus. Can I not have any bags on this character? I'm gonna have to ditch another backpack because we have our light stone, we have our J boots, we moved our monostone over from the mule as well, and because in my quadding experience so far, if they resist a snare, I have to re-snare, and my snare is AoE, and it's not like the cheapest. 75 is not too bad, but if you have to snare a couple of times, you know, it gets crazy because you'll drop a snare, it'll snare 3 of the 4, and then now you have one running incredibly fast at you, at least what I was doing, and then the other 3 are snared, so then you have to snare that one, and now that they're all snared, you gotta like gather them together again. By this time, the initial snare is like close to running out, so you might get like 1 nuke in, and then you're gonna need a snare again. So you have to snare again, and you have to hope that it hits them all, because if it only hits 3 of them, you know, it's a whole thing. So you basically have to continue to snare until all 4 of them get hit with no resists. I think what I've been quadding is heavily magic resistant, so it's kind of my fault, but that's what I've been doing. Anyways, awesome. So let's go find some stuff to quad. Alright, so everything that I want to quad right now is camped. I'm in... what? Nafang? Hold on a second. Alright, so it looks like nothing, really. So anyways. So I'm going to pull this guy, he's a dark blue, and then these 3 over here are dark blue. So we're just going to do one for fun while I'm here. I came to check out split pots, taken. Everywhere else I want to go is taken. So I hit him with my staff. Where is he? He's going to run this way. I wonder if it grabs these or not. All of a sudden people are showing up. So now they're probably not going to be too happy about it. But we're going to do this. Go over here. So let's tighten them up here before I land a snare on them. So we're going to go this way now. And then we're going to cast snare on them. What is that? It's pretty far. So I'm just going to click it. Okay, and I landed on all of them. So now I have some freedom. Let's get away from this tower. I need to rearrange my hotkeys. But we're just going to cast Column of Lightning. We're clicking it right now because it's too far away from my fingers. I need to move it. Oh, these guys are so much slower than what I have been killing. So I could probably not run as far. I'm not sure what level these are. I mean, they're obviously dark blue, but they seem to have a decent amount of life. But I think we're catching up here, mono-wise. But you're gonna see how tight it'll get. Oh, one of them died. Okay, so that guy was dark blue, but less dark blue than the other ones, obviously. These guys are incredibly slow. This is so much better, and they're not resisting at all. That's amazing. So you could see there that my snare had run off. This guy must be way higher than the rest. We're just going to give him a big fat nuke. But there it is. We quadded something. What did we get for that? We got 7%. We were at 90, right? So we got 7% for that quad. So that's really good. That's really good. I was thinking I just wanted to quad these real quick to get my level. Now, there was nobody here when I showed up, and then suddenly that guy's there. And then there was this other ranger that just appeared out of nowhere and just standing there doing nothing. Now there's this guy over here. So, I mean, this server's just popping so hard right now, and it's just crazy to me because today's my day off in the middle of the week, and it's like nobody works. Now, I am West Coast, so people do get off of work earlier on the East Coast or many other places in the world, right? It doesn't have to be in the United States, obviously. But it just seems like no matter what time it is, there's like 700 people on the server, which isn't at all true. I think if you log in the middle of the night, there's like 400 or something. It's just hard for me. Anytime that I'm available, there seems to be a good amount of people on. And then they're all in the good camps. So what do we say to that? Come on, Kunark, bring it. Can't get there fast enough. Am I right? Anyways, I'm going to med up because I got to med up an entire monobar. I'm going to see if I can't just do something to get my level real quick. And then we'll try to find a real spot once I get my level. All right, so this is our last one here, just to get our ding. I had to, everything respawned green. So I had to go running around looking for dark blues, which was not efficient, but oh man, that's green. I thought there was a blue one over here. What's this guy? Oh, nice, there he is. This staff is freaking amazing though, by the way. Just being able to pull stuff, instant cast. Oh, excuse me. All right, so let's round them up. Now, if you guys have any tips, tricks, if I'm doing shit wrong, whatever it might be, let me know, because this is my first wizard and my first quadding of any kind. I've done bard swarming naturally on P99 Blue many years ago. That was cool. That's like not quadding, that's like 40 things, but it's a lot different. So let's get him snared. Somebody resisted. So this is what I'm talking about. Now, when one of them resists, it makes it difficult because now I'm going to... Probably interrupted myself. No, I didn't. So, okay, so now we have them. But I'm going to have to re-snare all 4 of them. So first I got to get them together. Right? Because I want the nuke to land. So we're going to get them nice and tight. Alright, so we should be good there. But we wasted a lot of time on the snare. So I'm going to get a few off. But then I'm going to have to re-snare, which costs mana. There's a bard watching me for some reason. Or maybe not. It looked like it, but I think they're over there now. I can't get a hold of how slow these are compared to what I was killing sisters on Sisters Island, and they run so fast. Even if they're snared, they just run so freaking fast. It's insane. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I won't. I should re-snare here. I think it ran out. Yeah, it ran out. I'm gonna let him hit me just to get that off. So you see there, I had to do the re-snare, so we'll go ahead and re-snare him now. We'll just gather him up. But that was pretty much a wasted nuke because it only hit one guy. But that's what happens. We wanted to give a little extra time for the snare to run off the second guy or the last guy, so that now they're running all the same speed, and I can kind of... I actually probably don't have to snare them because they're so effing slow. So we won't snare them, I guess? Yeah, that's true. With these, I don't have to snare them because they're so slow. Unlike the sisters, like you can barely, even with J-boots, you can barely even buy yourself enough time, enough space to get a snare off. Even with J-boots, they just run so fast. I know I've said that like 8 times, but it's true. All right, so one last one here. But as you can see where my mana is... Oh, one of them survived. As you can see where my mana is, you don't really have room for resists. I'm at 1% mana now. So that's why I brought on the Mana Stone, is for times like this where if I get a resist or two, if I did do that additional snare that I probably should have, I mean, if I would have, yeah, I probably should have, then I would have ran out of mana and I wouldn't have been able to nuke that last guy. So there's like, you know, so what would I do? I would Mana Stone until I have enough mana so that I could finish the job. So a couple things I'm hoping for here. My specialization is still going up because I was very late to get it. I stayed in Ocean of Tears for like many levels, and then I went and sold off, and I'm able to sell off at the dwarf there. So I didn't leave, and I stayed there for many levels. I think I did leave, and I forgot to go to my trainer. So I left one time in like 9 levels. Or no, not 9 levels, I'm sorry. I went... Anyways, long story short, I forgot to train my specializations. So I went back and I got those late, so they're still leveling up. But the more that levels, that should save me a little mana, right? And then I'm hoping with a few levels, because I just got... Oh, I also dinged, so yay. I didn't hear it. But I just got Bonds of Force, my snare. So it's... it does fizzle a couple times here and there, so that should, you know, save me some mana if we can get that down to 0 fizzles or close to it. And then also I'm hoping with time, with a couple levels, it'll last just slightly longer, even if it's just, you know, 10, 15 seconds longer after a few levels. I think that'll make a huge difference. Compounded with my AoE doing a little more damage, and you multiply that by 4, because I'm fighting 4 mobs. So like every level, it should do like a couple more damage. And I think all of these things put together, snare lasting a little longer, AoE doing a tiny bit more damage, myself just getting a little higher base mana. I don't have a back piece. I want to find a loam back piece for sale. I mean, it's a piece of junk, but everything's a piece of junk in the back slot right now. So I'll get 1 intellect and 5 mana out of it. It's really nothing, but you get like 8 agility and like 3 SVs out to all. I mean, it's something's better than nothing. And then I want to upgrade the legs to loam legs, but right now they're like 1,000 plat, which is a little ridiculous, but I will gain a little mana there. So I can gain a little mana in a couple of spots. So all of these things put together, if I can just gain a little bit of mana, I could also quest the mask. And so instead of getting 3 int, I can get a 5 int mask, the wizard quested one from Soul's Grow, or the Temple of Ra. So all of these things put together, plus meditate. Meditate will be going up every level, because what I've found is with the Sisters Camp, it's a 6-minute, 40-second respawn. And when they respawn, I'm not ready. I'm at 70% mana. So I need to, you know, and I need 100% mana before I go at it, because there are occasions where if they do resist, I run out of mana mid-pull. And I just don't have enough to... One time I've had a gate out. One time I did make the newbie mistake. Somehow I snared myself. So I just took the L on that one. I died. There's nothing I could do on that one after the mistake I had made. So a lot of different things. I was polling with a really cheap nuke. Now I can use the staff. A lot of things coming together, and the Mana Stone, you know, on top of all of that. So I'm hoping for a smoother experience now with all these things put together. Again, if you guys have any tips, tricks, or if I'm doing anything like completely wrong, go ahead and let me know. All right, so we finally found a camp that's open. It's the 2 millers and the guards. We did this a lot on the Necro like 6 months ago. It was really good to us, but I've ran into kind of an issue, so it's definitely doable. I did it a couple times just to make sure that I'm not wasting time. The issue, so Varsoon is like non-stop right now. There's a living Varsoon and an undead Varsoon that are like both up at the same time. And they just keep respawning non-stop. Like, if you get them killed, they just respawn, like, immediately. And as you probably know, the undead Varsoon, his aggro radius is, like, from here to those ruins over there. He just hauls ass. So he's not really aggroing on me as much. But the issue is, I need like a few extra seconds, maybe a minute, from when everything respawns to when I have full mana. And Balbo Miller, he'll respawn and he'll start taking his walk over here. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, maybe I got a couple of resists or something and I need a little extra time to med. He'll eventually walk back. So then it was like perfect. He was walking back. I was going to be full mana. And then Varsoon just comes out of nowhere. Like, if Balbo walks this way, Varsoon is going to kill him. And it's super annoying. Okay, so let's grab everything. So that's been the issue. Okay, so let's round everything up here. Okay, it's pretty good. So now let's get a lead on him. Now I was ally with this when I started. Hopefully this lands on everything. Of course it doesn't, which causes a major, major issue. I'm gonna try. Because basically I have to cast root or snare now 2 times. Two additional times, so that's not gonna work. Because he's gonna blast past these people. Yeah. I was hoping like I could somehow hit them all again. Because as snare is now running, come on, the fizzles. I don't have mana for fizzles. I don't have mana for resists. I really like. I'm going by the seat of my damn pants. Every pull, it's kind of annoying. And I actually got 40 mana when I leveled to whatever level I am now, 30. So a couple levels are going to go a long ways when it comes to mana. So let me just tuck all these. But as you can imagine, the original snare is almost up already. So I have to snare again right now. Otherwise, the original snare is going to run out. And I'm already at 83% mana. All right, so we're gonna hit. What is happening? It's a train. Okay, so we hit all of them. So perfect. So we should be good now. I should have enough mana, I believe. If I gotta resist there, I'm in trouble, you know. Okay. So let's just keep going. Although, we're getting some partial resists, as we should expect, I guess. And we do have a couple of guards in here. Guards have high MR, I know this, but we're desperate for a camp right now. There's nothing open. In fact, when I got here, there was like a Necro AFK. And 30 minutes went by, and he stayed AFK the entire time, so then I started killing. I was like killing Varsoon and stuff, thinking I was helping people out. Little did I know he's just chain respawning. Because when I was here on my Necro, it didn't feel that way. People were killing Pison and all that stuff, which I think has something to do with when he spawns or something. I really don't know. All I do know is these guys need to get taken down pretty dang quick here. Otherwise, that snare is going to wear out, and then I don't have mana to snare again. Okay, so what I'm going to do here... How's a resist? A full resist. I'm gonna walk him past. Oh shoot! So snare just ran out. Fuck. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay. Hopefully this gets off. Okay. All right. So this guy has a ton of health. Okay. I think I can kill him maybe. With, no? Yeah, why don't we be smart about this? Why don't we root this guy? Stop being an idiot. I just thought of something, actually. Maybe I can stop being such an idiot. I got some ideas. Okay, so there we go. We did it successfully. But now here's the issue again, though. Is I dumped my entire mana pool, which I think is normal. But they're gonna respawn before I'm ready. And then Balbo is gonna take off walking. But again, if I could let him walk his path and then come back, that would be perfect. The only issue I've been having so far is Varsoon intercepting him before he gets back. And then not only that, after he'll fight him like over here. Like I'll see them fighting right here. Way over here, like where all these NPCs are. And then he'll kill him. And then Varsoon will book full speed from over here all the way to this fire pit and start fighting her. I don't hang out here like too much, but maybe that's normal. I don't know. But like I said, when I was here months ago on my Necro, Varsoon wasn't that active. I did see him sometimes. He did get trained on me a couple of times. This was over the course of like days. I was here for days. It just seems like he is so active right now. Now maybe that's because there's less people in the zone and maybe people were dealing with him. People doing Poison was killing him. I don't really know. But he's been a pretty big issue right now. Look at this bat with its wings all the way up. That's kind of funny. Okay, so we did it. Yay. We're 17% into our level. It's pretty quick. We are in a hell level. We are level 30. So we are in a hell level. Shamefully, I did die between South Karana and now. I did one more pull at South Karana because I wanted to get a screenshot with the UI off. Like that. I wanted to get a screenshot. And I saw Quillmane, and I was like, oh shit, Quillmane. So then I only had 3 mobs, so I was like, well, this is perfect. I'm going to pick up Quillmane, because Quillmane was white, and I was like, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we'll figure it out. So I picked up Quillmane. Truth be told, Quillmane doesn't have that much life. So I had Quillmane in my quad. I got a nuke off, and that's why I had Quillmane targeted, so that's how I saw Quillmane didn't seem to have like that much life, and I was like, oh, okay. The snare landed, the nuke landed, wasn't resisting me. So I was like, okay, like we're going to kill Quillmane, this is going to be cool. And then a level 50 ranger, I'll leave their name out of it, came along and then rooted Quillmane, and then so rooted him off of me, and then started killing him, dotting him and whatever, shooting him, I guess. And then another player came in and they like duoed him and killed him. So I think maybe those are the people who popped him in the first place. I don't know how Quillmane works, really. But I know you have to pop Quillmane. And then I think you have to go find him. Like when you pop him, you have to like track him and find him. So they were probably tracking him and looking for him. And it just happened to spawn like on top of me. And there was nobody around. And I was like, what the hell? Quillmane's just walking by. So then I added him to my quad and they came and took him. But I don't know the story of exactly what happened, but that's what I'm assuming happened, because I did log out and I went and showered and everything, and then when I came back and I logged in, I noticed that that same ranger was killing another Quillmane. So I'm assuming they're just sitting there popping Quillmane and whatever. But that would have been really cool to get a Quillmane kill, and then that could have been in the screenshot. It would have been really cool. I guess it still could have, but it didn't work out that way. Anyways, the point of telling you this is that after all of that, I ended up rooting myself and I died. So like, I was trying to figure out what's going on, and then I was like, damn, I lost Quillmane. This person's taking Quillmane, and somehow I got targeted on myself, and I cast a snare, and that's it. There's nothing you can do from there. So I started casting Gate immediately, but I didn't get it off. So it is what it is. But yeah, I feel stupid. I'm only level 30. I've only been quadding for not even like a level, really. A little over a level, and I've already rooted and got myself killed twice. Not rooted, snared. So we're learning to deal with that. I don't know how I continually get targeted on myself. I'm just not sure how I just keep doing that. But I keep doing it. So she's already popping. So here's the issue. They're starting to pop now. She's always going to be the first one to pop because she dies first. Then the guards will start popping. Then Balbo's going to pop and he's going to walk this way. And then I'm only going to be at like 60% mana maybe. And this is because that one took me down to the brink. The first time I quadded these 4, I was only down to 30% mana. So if everything goes correct, I should have about 30% mana remaining. That's with no resists or anything. And then there's a chance that I'm back to full by the time they all repop. But that's just not how it works out every time. You're going to get resists. You're going to get partials. Killing these guards is destroying my rep. I went from ally to warmly to amiable to indifferent consecutively. I've only done like four rotations, so I'm losing like a rank of faction every single time. That's crazy how fast it's going. I can't believe I was ally from killing the gnolls and turning in the fangs and all of that. I also did bone chips over here, I think. Was this guy on bone chips? I don't really remember. I do bone chips on a lot of guys over here, so I just can't remember who was what. But we also did the bandit sashes. Anyways, I'm going to sit here and keep medding and hope that it times perfectly where he's coming back when I'm full mana. And then I'll check in with you again. There is a chance he dies to Varse soon. See you in a bit. Actually, the point of me telling you I died was because I had just leveled. I paused it. I was like, I should take a screenshot while I'm here killing the Aviax because there's not going to be much of that in the video. But, you know, want to kind of like show that instead because I didn't know where I'd end up. I was like, man, I might end up at Sisters, and we've already done like a sister thumbnail and stuff. So I was like, let's get like a different thumbnail, you know? And then so I was like, let me take a picture of over here. And then sure enough, that's when I died. But what I've keep trying to avoid doing is when you get into a hell level, you need to not die. You need to get enough XP to where when you die, you don't de-level. Because if you de-level from a hell level, you lose twice the XP. So I was at 3%, I think, when I dinged. And then I died, and it dropped me down to 89% of my previous level. Where normally you'll lose like 7%, I think, on a death on this server, typically. And I lost like 14%. So, but we knew that because it's happened before. But, you know, I snared myself. All right, so it worked out perfectly. We got Balbo Miller coming on in, and I'm at 100%. So we're gonna pick him up for Varsoon, or somebody gets any ideas. So yeah, she's threatening. All right. So let's go ahead and... Oof, that was closer than I wanted it to be. Okay. So the most important thing is that they all get hit with the initial snare. If you hit them all with the initial snare, pretty much it's smooth sailing from there. Pretty much. But it never happens that way. Okay, so let's try this out. What were we thinking? We were thinking of a root. Okay. Fucking come on, man. Jesus Christ. The old 1 second route. That wasn't even a second. Okay. So now we're looking to hit him with a bonds right there. Somebody resisted it. I don't honestly know which one of them. I guess that's not a good idea because now he's still there. Man, what is the fucking play in this situation, you know? I just don't know. So he got hit. It was one of them that didn't. Okay. So I have to snare again. I don't know who didn't get that second snare, but we have to get him again, and ideally before it breaks. Okay, so let's get a little head start on him. And I need a snare that hits everybody. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah. We're just gonna scrap it. We're gonna scrap it. That's at least 2 more snares, because I'm gonna have to snare the one that's not, and then snare all of them again. And I'm just not gonna have the mana to do it. Man. So obviously guards aren't ideal, right? That's pretty obvious. Because they have high MR, which means more than likely they're the ones, or I think actually they've been the ones that have resisted the snare every single time. It's always guards. So it's not ideal. But like I said earlier, literally everything is camped. But with that being said, right before I pulled this, I slash who all Ocean of Tears. And they're all back. Man. I think the zone crashed. Because check this out. I hooed it so many times. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah. I just kept doing it. Look at this. 2 players right here. Ocean of Tears. 2 players. I did it like 7 times. Ocean of Tears. 2 players. Ocean of Tears. 2 players. Over and over and over. Because there was 7 people there non-stop. And I keep taking a look to see if the camp opens up, because I know who's camping it. And then suddenly there was nobody there. And then I slash hooted again. There was 1 person there. I slash hooted again. There was 2 people there. I was like, all right, well, this is about to commence. So let me just pull these guys and do this, and then I'll check again after I'm done. So I checked right now, and now there's 5 people there, and it's all the same people who were there previously. I think maybe the zone crashed. I don't know, because they were all gone, and now they're all back. But I slash hooed like 5 times to kind of, you know, make sure. I didn't want to like gate out, and then sure enough, they'd log back in, and then by the time I get there, the camp's taken again. So she seems to have a problem. When she aggroes and stuff, she doesn't leave. She just stays there. So that's fine. Okay. All right, so let's do this again. So I want to keep them kind of close, and then I'll pick her up. Okay. All right. Let's get a snare that lands on everybody. Let's go. That's it. So this is the win. Like, I feel like that snare is what makes or breaks the entire thing. Now, we're going to get some resists here. We're going to get some resists. We're going to get some partials, but it's okay. I thought I was onto something with that root thing, and then I didn't... Obviously, snare's not going to unroot them. Like, man... I'm just a little flustered with the learning curve. But as you can see, when things go right, it's really good. It's really good. So 1, I got to get off of the guards, probably. So one of them died there. That was probably the girl miller, yeah. This one, the lower level guard's gonna die. Bobab and the higher level guard is still up. So I'll just continue to use the AoE because I'm getting double value on it. But there you have it. So we didn't use Mana Stone at all during that pull, and we're at 21% mana, which isn't bad. Like, there's a chance that I'm full mana when the stuff respawns. Maybe not, but there's a chance. It's a rusty dagger. I wonder how many of those I've looted. But there it is. Okay, so maybe we'll do one more. And it's not looking like I'm getting any other spots. The other spots I were checking was like South Karana. Honestly, I don't know the zone code, and I just don't care. There's probably a billion people there. You don't know what camp they're at. But the mesh knolls, whatever, that are out front of Split Paw are really good. It's all over the internet. I guess everybody knows this. But the issue is they're like heavily camped. There's a lot of people there. So I ran past it a few times today. And each time there's multiple people there, and all the mobs are dead. There's like shamans that are camping there, mages. And I've heard that there's a lot of druids and wizards that quad those. I don't see how that's even possible because there's a bunch of people soloing stuff there. Maybe, I guess, if you stumble upon it and it's not taken, you can quad it. But I imagine people are going to come up to you and kind of be annoyed that you're quadding. I don't know. Quadding seems like... Quadding's the new bard kiting, I feel like. Quadding used to not get like that much crap because everybody hated bards because they were like taking like 40 mobs at a time. But now that bards are only quadding, just quadding in general is like... I feel there's like a little bit of taboo to it because the server's so packed. I don't know. I might be making that up, but that's how I kind of feel. Kunark can't come fast enough though, right? We just keep saying it. Kunark's gonna be great. Just spreading people out is just gonna feel so good. We're still gonna have the same amount of people on the server, probably more to be honest, but it's just gonna be spread out. And so it's gonna feel really good. So I can't wait for that. Anyways, let's do another one of these and see how it goes. We'll see what kind of mana I'm at when he spawns. And then I think we'll call it there after one more of these. I'll just keep working on stuff and try to get a different spot, a different look. And it's probably not going to be today, right? So we'll just end this. I think we've done enough. We got our cool staff that helps us pull stuff to quad it up. I'll probably get some tips and stuff from other people, and maybe I can incorporate that into my own stuff, and I'll just try to get better at not sucking. And then we'll be at a different spot next time. It may be Sisters, it may be in front of Split Paw, it may be somewhere else that one of y'all suggested that I didn't know of. I've tried to look around on the internet, but it's hard to find specific classic suggestions because most of the places are like using P99, or most of the questions are on P99 forums where Velius is out, and then, you know, like there's a billion places to quad in Velius and in Kunark, right? So, and there's probably more availability since people are spread out. Anyways, see you in a minute. Okay, so you see my HP. We got ourselves into a predicament. So hopefully we don't get tagged here, because if we get tagged, we're gonna die. But Balbo's here. His sister's like right there, because I rooted her over there like 5 minutes ago. And she doesn't move once you lose, like, zone or lose aggro. Wherever she's standing, that's where she's gonna be. So we just cannot get tagged. Okay, so we're just gonna not get tagged. And we're gonna do this one. So in order to pick her up, we're gonna go way around her because I do not want to get... She's the one who kicked the crap out of me. And then I got her stuck by the zone line. She won't go away because I zoned with her like right there. I need to pick her up. There we go. So I had to like regen enough health so that I could not die when I zone out and run past her. And then I rooted her over here. Kind of far, yeah. And then once I had her rooted out of my hair, then I came out. But I had 100% mana and Balbo was there. So I didn't want to wait any longer. So we're just going to not get hit. Isn't that right? We hope so. Okay, I was out of range. And then I fizzled a couple times, and then I panicked because I cannot get hit. And it was her? Like, really? So it wasn't a guard this time. Okay, so let's bring them back together. Okay. Thank Jesus. Okay. And here's the thing too, is that we can't really afford 2 Mana Stone because we're so low. Somebody resisted that. It was her. Perfect. That's actually really good because she's the first to die every time. That's actually lucky. Although I'm not so sure why she's being so resistant. Being the lower one. Perfect timing for the storm to come in. Because I think I'm done with these peeps after this. Because I was able to go inside and sell, but people are apprehensive to me. And these guards are already dubious after only like 5 kills, 5 rounds. So we'll see if we can just salvage not being KOS. That would be kind of cool. Although I'll probably end up back here at some point. But if not, that would be perfect. All right. I'm not gonna lie, this is like, it's been kind of stressful. Everybody else makes it look easy, or at least it sounds easy, but it's been a little stressful so far. Oops, no. And there we go. Got 28% into our level. It's been a wild time, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a wild time. I'm gonna go find a guard and see if they hate me yet. Hopefully they don't. And at least I can just not be KOS for now. If I come back, I come back. But it's a learning process. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm probably have been so loud. My microphone was the gain or whatever was all the way up. Hopefully not. So it's a learning process. I got a lot more to learn. We kind of just went over that before I paused it. But yeah, any tips, tricks, anything like that, hit me down in the comments. Other than that, we'll see you new and improved next time. I will see you in the next video.